What are you hearing from your contacts in law enforcement about how this search is playing out?
Well, there's three aspects involved here, and I can tell you my old agency, the U.S. Marshals, are heavily involved in this, and this is well within their expertise wheelhouse, where they arrest close to 100,000 fugitives every year. So they're involved with the FBI. You have multiple jurisdictions involved here. You have the crime scene of where the actual shooting occurred. You also have the manhunt that's still going on in that sort of immediate area. But then you also have the fugitive investigative part that's kicked in now. So at this point in time, you have all three of these phases that have to be matched up. And between the U.S. Marshals and the FBI, obviously there's a big connection here to Mexico. And both those agencies, U.S. Marshals and the FBI, have offices in Mexico City. And I'm sure they're working with their counterparts in Mexico to look at some of the records that they have on these previous deportations to figure out last known addresses, families, friends, and associates. And I think the FBI management is correct when they talk about the $80,000 will probably help bring forth more leads.
So how likely is it they're operating in two different mindsets? They're searching this 10 to 20 square miles around where the shootings happened, but also at the border, the likelihood that he may be heading there trying to cross into Mexico.
That's exactly what they're doing. They're making sure that they can at least figure out how he's crossed the border. Now, he's got rid of his phone, but he needs assistance. I mean, all these fugitives need some sort of assistance, and I'm sure they've contacted family members or friends, associates, both in the U.S. or in Mexico, and I know they've been in contact with the suspect's wife, so that's a good sign. But this investigation probably is quickly shifting to Mexico to try and locate this individual. From where the crime occurred to the border is about anywhere from a 5.5 to 6.5 hour ride to get to the Mexican border. So he could very well already be down there. And that's, I think, where the investigation will concentrate their efforts.
So they are going door to door, and the threat to the public is great. It is urgent, given the fact of the details of this case and that he shot his neighbor's execution style. What does that ground search look like right now? What parameters are they setting up, and how much manpower is being used?
Well, we've heard the number of 200 to 250, but, I'm sure there's probably more out there. This is sort of a all hands on deck for law enforcement type scenario. But again, the resources here are going to be put into three different areas. You still have to have either the Texas Rangers and the locals conducting the crime scene investigation. You still have the massive manhunt going on 20 miles from that, out in a circumference of 20 miles from that residence. And then you have the fugitive investigation portion of it, where in case he's not within that perimeter and he gets outside, then that's where you've got to start picking up and investigating. Okay, where can this individual go? Where has he gone? Is he in Mexico? Is he still in the U.S.? So there's a lot going on here, and hopefully it'll be sorted out sometime during this week. But with all the resources that law enforcement's putting into it, he should be in custody fairly soon.
And he knows they're looking for him. He's desperate, right? He's got nothing to lose at this point. How do they convey that threat, that message to the public to keep their eyes out, but also keep their distance?
Well, you have to. You're right. It's sort of a double-edged sword here. You want the information flowing in to law enforcement, but you also don't want this individual approached by anyone, because this is truly an armed and dangerous person. We know he has other weapons. There have been some weapons seized. But still, this is a very dangerous individual. And if they have any information at all, please call local law enforcement. We need to get this individual off the street and back in custody. And if he's in Mexico, then there's the whole extradition process that we're going to look at, since he is a Mexican national.
And how closely do U.S. authorities work with their counterparts in Mexico to do that once we get to that step?
They're very close. I can tell you, working at the Marshal Service, You know that both DEA, FBI, and the U.S. Marshals have offices down there that work very closely with their counterparts in the Mexican law enforcement. All we have to do is think back to El Chapo, and during his two arrests down there at that particular time, that was a multi-jurisdictional arrest down there in Mexico between the U.S. government and Mexican government. So they have worked together in the past, and they'll be working together on this particular case.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.